Yeah, it is Berkeley. I mean, you are applying to the #1 public university.
And you overcome, a lot of challenges. You still continue to face them,
Yeah. You're competing in a pool of highly intelligent, highly motivated, highly driven people. It's a very competitive pool. I know you're all very talented and very gifted and very resilient, but you also, I don't want to mislead you and tell you it's easy to get into Berkeley. It's not. It is Berkeley because of the students that we admit. And that's not to say that you being waitlisted is definitely thing. And even if you're denied, you're still. I encourage you to continue fighting because I believe that you're all, at least the students that I've gotten to meet, should be here, and that's where I'm going to be advocating behind the scenes. But I when I applied to Berkeley, I had a friend who had a 3.95, and mine was below his. He got denied, and I was admitted. There's a lot of different factors as to what we're looking at. And don't feel that you're any less than anybody else, like I said earlier. All we can do is kind of control what we have in front of us and work with what we have. We can't control the admissions officer and why they said no, but we can control how we're going to attack this. So moving forward, But waitlist isn't a bad spot. Okay, let's go ahead and start. I'm cutting some stuff. Okay, if you've been waitlisted, you're in a pool of applicants. We'll draw from when applicants who have been admitted decline that admission. In other words, people get pulled from the waitlist in order to fill empty spots. So we have a pretty high yield as far as transfer students. So we tend to admit, and we accommodate that by how many people we admit. And we're pretty. Our math is pretty on point. So we expect to admit 4,000 students, maybe, or something like that. But let's say that falls below that. We start to pull from the wait list. Right now, well, actually, I don't want to. Yeah. So that's the way that works. I don't want to give you any more information on what's going on with that, but okay. Therefore, the name of the game is to get on top of that wait list.
Real quick. So, I know you can't. It varies from year to year. I'm sure a lot, but how many people? Is it like thousands of people don't accept? Submit their intent to register and they don't decide not to go, or is it like a very small amount of people? Maybe it's gonna be higher this year.
I know that's one thing I don't know. Because here's the thing, it's hard to because this is the first year we've ever done a wait list.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For freshmen, I could tell you our yield is around 60% or something like that. But we've never had a wait list for transfers. This is the first year. And to me, actually, I kind of was caught. I think many of us were caught off guard because I don't know. At least I don't remember admissions notifying me or that we were doing. Because that's something we do for freshmen, and we've done for freshmen for some time. Maybe for at least the past 8 years or something like that. But this is new for transfers. Just like the personal insight questions this year. We've been using the same personal statements for the past over 10 years. And then this year we changed to this new format where you have 1 mandatory and three optional, right? So again, we kind of work with what we have, and as things change, we maneuver and yeah. Okay. Proposed steps. Okay, so you were given. We're going to cover waitlist and then appeals. For the people on the waitlist, you wrote 4 personal insight questions for your application. What you're going to do is you're going to write another one. You're going to pick one from your the ones you didn't pick, right? And write. Go about it the same way. Spend a lot of time, just like we've covered in the workshops, is maintaining your voice, right? Highlighting something about you, whether that be leadership, demonstrating a concern for others, love of learning, overcoming adversity. Yeah. Special talent or skill. How many is that? Missing one. Yeah. So okay, so highlight one of those kind of areas, right? In your personal insight question. Yeah. Any questions about that? Of course. Oh yeah.
So I'm noticing that the appeals essays talk about how you've been doing like in the spring. Should that be mentioned in the waitlist essay also?
You could. So for the appeals, it's going to be different. What you're going to try to provide is new and compelling information. For the waitlist, they're already interested in you. They kind of already want you. You're just providing some more information as to, responding to another insight question, which is something that they're posing those questions because they find it to be an area of something that we care about. So picking that, you also have 500 words, and for this question, they didn't give you any prompt, right? Which is really, really difficult. The harder schools, like there's certain schools that don't give you any prompts, or for even graduate schools, or law or professional schools. When you apply to law school, there's no prompt. You just write, and that kind of shows your
independence, leadership,
decision-making skills. To some degree, what you choose to emphasize, or how you go about tackling it when they're without direction, right? So, give me one second. I see your hand. Yeah. So this, I've spoken to a few people and they said this is the way to do it. There's no prompt. Pick another question.
So should it be for sure a question that we haven't answered, or should it be a different answer to?
No. Different question. Pick a different question. And the nice part about this is you have 500 words as opposed to 350 words. And if you have new compelling information, go ahead and include it. But you're also not fighting the same battle that people on appeals are battling. You are on the radar if you're waitlist.
credentials. Speaking about credentials, you've already passed that label.
Yeah.
For waitlist to what we can include or the new information that be important or what you think should be included. I don't know touch on.
Well, because that's more of an appeals thing. Appeal with and this is a topic I'm going to talk about when we get to appeals. Is for appeals, the big thing is providing new and compelling information.
So for us, it's like extra almost.
Kind of. And also for the waitlist people, I was torn. Hey, what's up? I was torn between doing this last week